Power, Progress, Partnership.
It's transformational because the opening up policy has made a real change to people's daily lives here in China. Global, China joined the WTO in 2001, ongoing. The Chinese leadership has said that China will remain open for business.
Economy, develop, industrialization.
Ambitious, comprehensive, and far-reaching.
Develop common prosperity.
Multilateralism, cooperation, integration.
Chinese food, luxury goods, and making photos.
Is China itself, because we didn't see any society and country achieve so much progress in such a little period of time. And I think it's the collective success of all Chinese people.
Well, I think the most obvious change is really in the people's daily lives. The access to goods and services has continued to improve. Education standards have lifted. Of course, the infrastructure development is absolutely amazing.
Before the beginning of the reform and opening up, so there was not so many ways of interaction between China and the world. China today is a very important partner in a lot of international institutions, a lot of international organizations, and China also initiated different kinds of forums.
The first one is infrastructure. The roads are very extensive. Another part of transportation which is also very impressive is the high-speed train. It was very convenient. Another thing that's really also impressive is the rapid development of the manufacturing industry of China. The human development is also impressive.
It really has allowed the country to improve its economic performance, of course, and also build up the infrastructure in the cities and the links between the cities. And so this has been a huge advance in connectivity.
I would say incredible construction industry. Not only skyscrapers, roads, railways, canals, ports, airports, everything.
Well, China is the second largest economy, is the largest industrial country, is largest trade country, largest foreign exchange. Now China contributes 30% to the world economic growth.
So New Zealand was the first country to recognise China as a market economy and to support its entry into the WTO. And we concluded our free trade agreement negotiations in 2008. And since then, our relationship has really flourished. Our economic and trade relationship has become extremely successful, and our bilateral trade has grown almost 3 times from what it was in 2008, and its bilateral trade is now over $26 billion.
In 2017, China is the largest non-oil trade partner to UAE, with a volume worth of $48 billion. There is more than 300 Chinese living in UAE, more than 4,000 companies in UAE. China and UAE has waived the visa for both countries. And also the US dollar has been removed in between the UAE currency and the Chinese RMB currency.
Ireland established diplomatic relations with China, and this was in 1979, of course, and at that time Ireland was undergoing some economic difficulties, but we still took that decision to open up a mission in China. The bilateral trade at that time was just 1.3 million euros between the two countries. This year, the estimated bilateral trade is 16 billion euros, so quite a big jump over the last 40 years.
I would say it's the good and bad things. They're very, very competitive. So our industry is facing competition. But this competition is very strong. But on the other side, our customers get cheaper products.
Now it's actually a very good relationship, and the development in China has also benefited Indonesia.
Israel is a very long-standing partner of China in many fields. Since we established the relations 26 years ago in January 1992, Israel became a very close ally of China in economic field, in education, in science and technology, and Israel is also an integral part of Chinese initiatives.
So, market of China is big, and now a lot of product of Indonesia gets into China.
Actually, we started the reform process in Turkey also in 1980s. Turkish government at that time decided to open up Turkish economy. So Turkey started to follow a model of functioning market economy based on export. But I think the infrastructure investments is key to improve and sustain the economic progress of the country.